and a few slices of dried sausages. Am I on my own? Yes, but not exactly. You are all around me.
Yes, you're not on your own. We're all going to come
Oh,
and eat your
cheers!
pistachios. So what would you call that particular meal that you're having? Because it sounds very bitty, very snacky. It's not really
Yeah, it's
a
snacky because
meal.
I don't think I will go into a real meal. Um, in English, I don't know what you call that, but it's more like a buffet, if you prefer. So
A
I've
buffet.
prepared a few things. A buffet, a buffet.
A
Oh, you
buffet.
use
A
French,
buffet. Well,
French,
kind of. We don't say boo, we say ba to annoy
but
you.
okay,
Buffet.
don't know me. Yeah,
A
you're
buffet.
very successful on that. A buffet, a buffet. And actually, in companies, it's what they do. Usually, when you have a meeting, a late meeting, you don't have a lunch as such. You stay. They prepare a room on the side of the meeting room where they prepare a lot of different kind of snacks and drinks to go with to take the break before keeping before the meeting keeps going in the afternoon. But they are not all meetings like that. It's just a special kind of meetings.
Okay.
It is
And
great.
do you have
But
do
you
they
don't drink
provide
alcohol. No
wine?
alcohol. No alcohol. No.
I was going to say because I know
Well,
that.
alcohol is outside, so you can
Yeah.
have the same
If you go
kind,
to
but
a
it's not a meeting.
restaurant, if you go to a
Yes, but it's
restaurant, you
not a
can.
meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a meeting then. If you've got some customers with you or a boss, a manager coming to see you, the manager might invite you to discuss a few things with you. And if it's a typical French one, it will buy you a drink. It will buy the drinks and it will be alcohol if you want alcohol. So because I'm part of the oldest generation on that, I always am invited to get some alcohol if I want, which I accept all the time, of course. It helps to keep going with the conversation. It's part of the business tradition as well. So it's part of the business rules here. It's not extraordinary. And you have to, usually, if you are invited for a drink during a meal, it will be very weird, perceived as weird not to accept an aperitif or a glass of a wine while you are eating.
Really? Oh gosh, I'd
So
be.
you have to know that if you do business with French people. It's changing with the youngest generation, but it's still very
Yeah, I'd be
prominent.
considered weird because, in all honesty, I mean, I wasn't shocked when you said you were drinking wine because I know what the French culture's like. It's, as you said, it's part and parcel of being French. But if I drink wine at lunchtime, I'm done. That's me. I go to bed. I need to just not do anything after that. I couldn't work.
Well, you just don't have to mix up alcohol. If I stick to red wine, I can drink a couple of glasses with no problem at all. But I think it's because I grew up in this kind of culture. So when you are a kid, you are acquainted to alcohol at an early age. Not big quantities, but you learn, I don't know why, but you learn to eat, to drink wine and to learn the different kind of wine as well. And even the strongest alcohol that you put in a coffee or stuff like this. So I don't know, for me, it's something, it might sound, I'm an alcoholic, but no, it's part of growing up in France, honestly. And it's true that then when you are a grown up, you tend to be able to drink more without getting tipsy very, very fast or look like a
Yeah,
drunkard.
you can become acclimatized to. That's when you've really got a problem, though.
True, true. But it's the reason why probably I love traveling, because it's an excuse for trying different kind of things when it comes to food and drinking. Marianne probably has
True.
got the same problem. I don't know, but because she's a lot into tea and health stuff. But in my case, no, not really. I'm typical French. Sorry for that.
Okay, but it's interesting. So enjoy your lunchy, snacky break.
Yeah, thank
What
you.
about you guys? I mean, I've had breakfast today. That's it. I haven't, and it is past lunch. Well, it's coming up to the end of what I would consider lunchtime. But I think since I started working online, my regular meal times have gone to pot. I noticed this on holiday this year because, of course, when you're camping, when you're with somebody else, you kind of have these different meal times and different ways of eating. And I've realised through my holiday that my eating habits during the week when I'm working from home are really unhealthy. Really unhealthy. I skip meals, I snack, I don't prepare food the same way I did whilst I was on holiday. I was cooking all the time. Or hubby was cooking, and we were eating breakfast every morning, lunch every day, and then we were eating an evening meal. I've now got to go on a diet because I realised, oh my goodness, I don't eat like that when I'm working from home. You know, I just don't. What about you guys? Do you never snack? But you're eating a snack now, pistachio.
No. When I say snack, I mean I don't eat between meals. Like
Okay,
what I'm doing now, I consider it as a meal.
Okay, so
That's
you
it.
consider that is your lunch that you're having now.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I'm sorry, I'm being unfair.
And in Paris, you can have lunch up to 3 p.m. or 4 p.m.
No
in summertime.
way.
Yes, it's a reason why people living in the countryside don't like Parisians, because Parisian, especially on a Sunday, on a Saturday, or even on a Wednesday when they don't work, usually they go for eating at 3 p.m. or 4 p.m. Not during midday, not between midday and 2.
Okay,
Much
well that's
later.
really interesting because to me lunch is sort of 12 noon till 2 o'clock.
Hey, come on! If you go to Spain, you know that the afternoon starts after 4 p.m.
Spanish.
Okay, so let's see the other people.
Yeah, go on then. So, what about you, Eleanor? Take the mic. When do you eat? Do you have set times to eat, or do you just graze like me? As I think that's what I'm going to say. I don't eat meals, I graze. Like a cow in a field of grass.
If I'm at home, yes, I have set times, but as before. But I'm sorry, it's practically always the same because I'm too lazy to get recipes. You know, it's some kind of a chicken soup. With usually ever cooked noodles because I forget.
Hang on a second, Eleanor. You just said it's too hot here for drinking, but you eat soup?
Yes, for drinking, because it was my comment to what Zom said about wine.
But surely it's too hot for soup.
Well, in Paris, it's 18 degrees right now. It's perfect temperatures.
Now here it's 32, 33. So
22, 23, it's ideal. Then we go outside in the garden to have the aperitif, not inside.
Yeah, it's 30 degrees here as well.
You are too strong heads. The French people, I admire you, but I wouldn't follow. I would be entirely tipsy. You would have a lot of problems.
30 plus degrees, though.
I was going to say, imagine if I drank some red wine whilst I was running my sessions, you know. Well, it would make them very interesting.
Now, 30 plus degrees, I agree. It's too hot. When I was
but she just said she's eating soup. She eats soup. So what are you going to eat today,
yes.
Eleanor, for lunch?
Yes, I have this chicken soup with noodles and with cabbage.
Cabbage and chicken soup with noodles in 32 degrees?
Yeah.
But you think drinking beer or wine, it's too hot?
But it's perhaps it's strange, but it's usually we eat.
Now wine is cold. It's not mulled wine, no? It's not winter, so it's just room temperature. Come on.
Yes, but this temperature is rather unusual, and it's our habits. Hot dinner.
That shows you're not good at adaptation. You need to adapt. I mean, I'll be honest. In the summer, I very rarely eat soup. In the winter, it's my Monday meal every day. Every Monday, I'll have soup. But in the summer, it turns into
every
salad.
Monday.
Yeah. Monday's soup day. Tuesday's pizza day.
Oh, you're boring.
I am.
So you've got one typical dish every day.
Yes, during the week when I'm cooking for myself, it's my way of keeping sane rather than thinking, "What am I?" I'm like Mark Zuckerberg, but in the fridge. Mark Zuckerberg has great trousers. Don't spit your wine over your keyboard.
And you don't want to accept a hangout with him? I don't understand.
No, he has to make himself properly known to me. Sorry, guys, we've got a Mark Zuckerberg thing going on at the moment. If you've not followed it on Google+, you'll be very confused. Okay, so Eleanor eats soup in 32 degrees. I can't believe it. Monique, what about you? Do you have set meal times? Do you have a particular meal that you eat on particular days? Like pizza day is Tuesday for me.
I'm afraid no, I don't have such a thing in my I don't know, in my current or in my daily life. So however, I tend just to have 5 meals, because sometimes when I nibble too much, it's a little bit dangerous, you know. And when you start to eat, I don't know, snacks or stuff like that, I think that is no way I can't do that, because my body will reflect that. So I prefer just to just to eat yeah, let's say, yeah, like I said, maybe just 5 meals, so that way I will feel better and just
Sorry,
more.
how many meals?
Come on.
5 meals.
You have a fast metabolism. 5 meals a day. So
yeah,
you have got
the breakfast.
Okay,
then
hang on.
and
Let's
snack
name
and
them. Hang on. So breakfast, yeah. What's after breakfast?
yeah,
Second
and
breakfast,
after breakfast,
like a
just
hobbit.
a snack,
morning
and
tea.
then
Breakfast, then a snack. Okay. No, let Monique carry on.
Please.
Yeah,
it's
breakfast,
healthy.
snack.
So yeah, then at the middle of the in the morning, maybe just a snack, you know, like I don't know, something small, like maybe a yogurt or just a piece of cheese or something like that. Then um, lunch, and after that, I don't know, around 4 p.m., maybe something else, you know, like maybe some cracks, or maybe whatever, you know, whatever I find available. Cracks, no crack.
Cracks.
No.
What
Cracks,
are
yeah.
cracks? I don't know. Cracks are when a
I know,
paving
sorry.
stone splits.
Crackers.
Okay, I thought that might
sorry.
be what you meant.
Yeah. Yeah, crackers, and then just a really light meal at night. You know, maybe just coffee and a small sandwich or something like that. So I think it's
That's 4.
normal. I mean,
That's 4.
yeah.
What time is at night?
What time? Around 7.
Around
8
7,
p.m.
you've got a sandwich. A sandwich is not a meal. It's not a thing to do. It's like a snack to me.
No, it is a meal to me, because I don't like just to eat a lot at night. You know, just I don't know. I think it's perfect. You know,
What do
I
you
don't like
put in
just
your
to eat a
sandwich?
lot.
What do you put into your sandwich?
Just jam, cheese, and lettuce. Something just like I said before. You know, really a light meal. So, but yeah, Lynn, it's only about 4 meals. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I was
And
going to
maybe
say, unless you
sometimes
have got
fruit
an extra
and
snack
fruit.
somewhere there.
Yeah, and maybe fruit as well, you know, if I found an apple, or because I love fruit. So yeah, something like that. I always eat fruit. So yep,
Okay,
that's
4
my.
sounds more manageable, because on 5 meals a day, then yeah, that would have me, as you say, it would show on my body.
No, but actually, sorry, no. There are 5 actually, because breakfast, then I have a snack, then the lunch, then another snack, and finally the dinner. So yeah, 5. Yep.
Oh yeah, it is 5. Yeah. You're right. No, it is. So you have 2 snacks, sort of mid meals.
Mid meals, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
What do you consider a snack then?
Like I don't know, a fruit,
Also
or maybe
fruit.
just I don't know, like crackers, or just yogurt or something like that, you know?
Yeah, can you say yogurt?
Yogurt.
That's better, yeah.
Yogurt.
I've got a yogurt is like combining yogurt and a jog. It doesn't go. Yogurt, okay.
Yogurt.
I guess, I mean, to me, yogurt is... I often have a yogurt after my meal, what I'd consider my meal, which could be soup or it could be pizza. And then I'll have a yogurt afterwards. So I think of that more as a dessert than a snack. But maybe,
a dessert.
yeah.
My dessert when I eat, actually, like right now, I'm not going to have a dessert after what I eat. It's the full meal. And I consider that my dessert is when I finish my glass of red wine. No, it's true.
You can make it into a jelly and make it red wine jelly. Think, oh, it's just a dessert. There's no alcohol in it. It's just a jelly.
Exactly, just a jelly.
Okay, well, that's really interesting. So we've gone from me, which is like, I mean, I do think only, as I say, coming to light from 3 weeks holiday camping that I don't eat regularly enough. Although I do try to force myself to have a meal during the day, it's not at a set time either. So, for example, Monday, I ate at about noon, my lunch, and it was a salad. It's either going to be salad or leftovers on a Monday. So whatever we had at the weekend, if there's anything left over, I'll have it on the Monday, or I'll have a salad, and in the winter, soup. Yesterday, I didn't eat till about 2 o'clock, and that was pizza because it was Tuesday. But when I'm hungry, so in the morning I have my coffee, and I'll generally have some toast with it or something like that. In the morning I have my tea. I think my day consists of beverages, really. Do you know what I mean by beverages?
Beverages. So you drink more than you eat.
Yeah. I have, but I tend to always have something to eat.
It's
with my
liquid,
beverage.
liquid meals.
Yeah.
So you are ready to be back on the boob.
Maybe. But no, when I have a beverage, so when I'm having my cup of tea, I have a biscuit or two. And when I'm having my coffee, I'll have a piece of cake or some toast or something. So I'm kind of probably very similar to Monique, if I'm honest.
No, I'm not.
Eating
I'm
5
not like any of
times,
you.
possibly. Yeah. Because I can't
Well,
just drink a drink. I always go and find something.
But you
to snack.
change. You change. You two, Monique and Lynn. You change your habit when you change environment.
Yes.
When you.
Oh, of course.
So you adapt. So you
And
adapt.
that's dangerous.
So it's your eating routine habits when you are at home and into your routine. Yeah. That's it. What you are describing.
Or
all right.
my not routine, because my routine is to not have a routine. Today I haven't had lunch yet. No, but today I haven't had lunch, and so I'll probably eat at about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and that'll be my lunch.
Yeah,
but
it's part of your routine. It's what you do with the sessions.
Yeah.
When you set up a sessions at 1:30.
Yeah, I can't sit here and stuff pizza in my face, can I? Really?
No, you can't.
Can I, Zom?
And I'm not running a session.
Hey guys, when she was running the sessions, was she having a lunch?
No, I wouldn't. It's not pleasant, neither for me, neither for the other people.
No, it's not nice if you hear somebody munching down there. I try to mute my mic when I sit. I do sometimes have coffee or tea when I'm running a session, but I do mute my mic before I slurp. So, so April, you've written coffee is a meal too. Does coffee count as a meal? I don't think so. April, take the mic.
There are the biscuits.
Yeah.
Unlike Monique, I think I only eat during the day twice. That is enough, I think. So in the morning, only coffee and a glass of water with my medicine. It's count as a meal, my medicine. And then if I have time, or if I'm really hungry, or I have to go dancing, then I will eat a little bit of cornflakes with milk and a little bit of honey, a teaspoon of honey. And then I drink more during the day. No, not really. Sometimes after my aerobic. And then lunch, normally I skip that. And today I haven't got my lunch. And then if I have something to eat at home, maybe a piece of chocolate. I will eat maybe one bite of chocolate. I don't know if it is count as meal. And at last, in the evening, I have to eat something. Then I have to cook, and I have to really eat. But I never have a three course of dinner, for example. No, if I eat soup, that is one meal already. Not and it will not following. It will not followed by another meal. So it is only one, or main course, or soup with bread, and a dessert, maybe one fruit, and then, because during the day I don't have a lot of time, I don't have enough time to eat. And then in the evening, if I'm sitting before in front of my TV, then I'm starting to find anything snacks, but I never find it, and I don't think I have to or I should eat during the night, because I will gain weight, I think. So I don't do that. And mostly, if I really, I really look for something to eat, and then I will eat maybe potato chips, and some a little chocolate again, a bite of chocolate, maybe a yogurt. That is all. So I'm not really. I don't think I really eat healthily.
Soup, chocolate, and crisp. Come on, that's not very well balanced.
Not always. That is my maximum.
Soup as a starter, crisp as a main course, chocolate as a dessert.
Yeah. And that is less than your red wine. Red wine.
No, it's more healthier. No. My doctor say one.
No.
Yes, I can tell you.
My doctor doesn't say that, and my doctor is a cardiologist.
Well. I went to a blood analysis not so long ago. Everything is perfect. So I'm so sorry, but here, nothing wrong on that side.
I'm glad to hear it. Don't apologise for being healthy. Actually, it's awful in the UK. I don't know if this happens in your countries, but in the UK, we have so many mixed messages about certain foods. Chocolate's an aphrodisiac. Chocolate will protect you from cancer. Red wine will protect your heart. Red wine will protect you from Alzheimer's. Red wine will give you cancer. Red wine will give you Alzheimer's. It depends on the week and who's funded this.
That's true.
It's true in your country too, is it? Yeah?
Yeah. The same information, I think, for example, about wine, red wine in particular. We were told that it's good for your heart to drink some red wine, of course, in small quantities. And afterwards, news was spread that it causes cancer. And then it's the same with the tea and coffee, and it changes.
Beer.
And you could end up eating nothing. Sometimes, butter, cholesterol.
Yeah, and now they're saying no, butter's better for you than margarine, and you just can't win, really.
Yeah.
So do as you please, and coffee makes your life longer. That's the latest news, I think. Coffee makes your life extend your lifespan.
That's true, Sam. Sam. I want to say Sepp, and I want to say Zom.
Oh, you can say Zeb. Zeb is dead in English, but I don't mind. I understand. I react.
Sometimes, sometimes in the morning, if I drink my coffee, and maybe it is not the coffee, but the medicine that I took before the coffee, and I think, oh, my stomach, I can't drink coffee anymore. But then I think, oh, but the last advice was that we have to drink coffee because it makes you live longer. So I think, okay, I will continue.
Listen to your body. You're right. You have to listen to your body, because too much of the things you create, it's unbalanced. So if your body is telling you it's too sore, acidic, or something like that, then you stop and you go for something else, and fuck off the doctors. Honestly, listen to yourself. That's the best option, and be careful with the quantities, of course. But that's it. It's easy, actually.
Yeah, according to some.
Shiny's getting away with. Hang on, everybody. Shiny is getting away with not saying anything again. So Shiny, what about you? What are your eating habits? Have you got any good advice to give these guys? Because nobody's really given me a good diet plan yet. What do you think, Shiny?
Me?
Yeah. What are your eating habits? Do you have regular meal times?
Yeah, I eat like Monique. I eat 5 meals a day.
Wow. Okay. So what do you call your meals then? You start with breakfast?
Yeah, because I wake up very early, so my breakfast may start with at 6 o'clock.
Oh, wow,
But
that is early.
But maybe you should not call it a meal because what I just eat. And I think you eat a lot of food at a time. It's not. It's less better than eat many little meal.
Okay, so when you're eating, you have small meals, but often, little and often, as we'd say. So after breakfast, do you then have a snack, or do you go on until lunch?
No, about 10 o'clock, I'll eat something because I start feeling starving.
Hungry.
So I eat.
Sorry,
maybe
hungry rather than starving. I start feeling hungry. Yeah.
And I have a how to say principle. I don't eat anything before going to bed. I think maybe about 2 or 3 hours before I go to bed.
Okay, so you've got breakfast, a snack. Do you have lunch? What time do you usually have your midday meal?
About 12 or 1 o'clock.
Okay, so lunch. Have you had your lunch already today?
Yeah.
Okay, and then do you have another snack? I'm trying to fit in your five meals. You see. So,
yes, nigga, and about 3 o'clock.
You get hungry
I'll have
again.
some.
And then.
But snack, maybe you won't call it a snack because I eat pickles sometimes.
Pickles?
Yeah, I eat pickles as a snack.
Oh wow! Okay. I do eat pickles, but I normally have it as part of as an accompaniment to maybe a ploughman's lunch or something like that. I wouldn't sit and eat pickles, but my mum did when she was pregnant. But that's not my idea of a snack. But okay, this is I'm learning about everybody how they eat. And then, what time do you have your evening meal? Or you say you don't like to eat before you go to bed. What time do you eat in the evening? Because we only got 4 meals so far.
Yeah, about 6 or 7, I guess.
And
so,
is it a heavy meal? Is it a big? Is it the main meal, or is lunch your main meal?
Supper is the main meal, and
supper, supper tends to be before bedtime. Shiny.
Oh really?
Yeah.
You don't call supper?
No, if it's earlier, we call it dinner or tea. depending on what part of the country you're from. But I'd say dinner, not supper. Supper is a meal before bed, or a very late meal. Yeah. Okay.
Good. I don't know anything.
So you have breakfast, a snack, lunch, a snack, and dinner. Really, hand on heart, you have 3 meals, and then you graze. You snack.
You graze.
Yeah.
So you eat all the time, actually, then, because grazing makes me thinking of cows
On
and
the field,
cows
yeah.
on the field, and so they keep grazing all day long. So there are not such meals for them. It starts from morning to evening.
Well, it's become a thing that people do. We graze more. Our relatives had very set meal times. And now people in the modern age, maybe because of work, maybe because of family life.
Modern age.
But yeah, nowadays people graze more. They don't have this idea of, everything stops now because it's my lunch time. Yeah, people actually graze more. And they use that word, to graze. Okay.
But it means like you are eating, or I mean, whatever it comes, or just you are eating during the whole day.
Well, yeah, this is the problem. Some people said it was healthy. It was a good way to eat because it's not natural to have set meal times. When we were, in the past, before my time, in the ancient times, if you like, people would go out hunting and gathering. And they would eat when they had food, and they would eat when they
have food.
Yeah,
they had to run for it.
Yeah, they had to run for it. They had to walk for it. And nutritionists have said grazing is more natural because that's how we evolved. However, now they're saying it's really bad. Maybe because we've become... the UK, we're called a nation of snackers. Yes, snack, snack, snack. A nation of snackers.
Well, and you are obese in the UK.
Well, we're becoming that way.
Many,
and I have to say...
Many countries, well, France too, but...
Yeah, no, I have to say, when I was over this time, and the last time actually, but more this time because we were out and about more this time. It was less in family circles. We were out at different celebrations. We were camping in... I can't remember the last time we camped in the UK. I mean, why would you? But we were camping, and on the campsites, I have to say, I felt quite svelte. I felt quite... I was like, okay, maybe I'm not as fat as I think I am. It was only by comparison. My goodness, there were some sights in the morning.
Yeah, if you go to Japan, you will be maybe...
Slightly on the side.
Well, I go to the US then, or the UK, or Australia.
But a lot of my friends actually, they snack like me, and they'll quite often have fruit and nuts in the car in case they suddenly feel hyperglycemic. And this isn't something that a doctor's told them to do. They just feel hungry, and they think they must eat something as soon as they're hungry.
That's ugly. Oh, that's wrong.
Yeah, that's right. And actually, but I think that the best option when it comes to when you want to eat something or just to make I don't know, maybe your own diet. I hate diets. My idea about that is, okay, you can eat whatever you want to, but just watch your portions. So you don't have to eat a lot about maybe one thing. So it's more about just to care about the size of the portions.
Yeah, and what you eat.
Yeah, well, I mean, of course, but in general, I don't like when, oh no, I don't want to eat that because no. It's a little bit, like when you go out with friends and someone.
No, because chocolate. You want some chocolate? You're just going to eat 2 squares of chocolate and stop? Come on. I don't believe it.
Yes.
I'm not going to buy that.
Or I share. Yes.
Yeah, I can do that. So I do that. Not 2 squares, 4 squares, but they're small squares. I eat 4 squares of chocolate when I eat chocolate.
And you stop.
And then I stop, yes. I didn't used to, but I'm more like my mother now. I can also open a box of chocolate and eat 1 a day.
It's like living in a monastery.
I don't think they get chocolates. But yeah, no, I used to not be. It was the old, you know, oh, you can't open it and not eat it all. But I can now. It's just something I've learnt to do. I've taught myself not to make, you know, just. April, you were saying that you sometimes just take a bite of chocolate. I think you mean take a square of chocolate, just the one square, or do you take 4 or 2? What do you do, April?
What is square, Lynn? Because every square is different, I think.
Well, this is true. Mine are Ritters.
I love it. The square is a tablet of chocolate.
Yeah,
That is square. A little bit rectangle.
Not even a square. That's a bite. So I took just,
but when you
for
say
example,
just a
you have
bite of chocolate, do you mean you get the bar of chocolate, you put it in your mouth and you bite into it? Really?
Yeah, but no. I
Oh
break
no.
it.
How
with
can
my
you enjoy
fingers.
eating, guys? You're never
I
going to
break it
enjoy
with
eating.
my fingers. The corner of that bar of chocolate.
And don't your bars come in little squares?
No.
Oh.
Then it will be cut a little bit at the corner, and it is not a square anymore.
It's
and
not pre-cut.
So every time I took a square of my bar of chocolate, because it is quite big. It's about how many gram? 100 gram.
You make me think, don't touch to my yup. You eat it, you bite into it so that nobody can have more chocolate. Okay, good strategy here.
Okay, yeah.
It's all for me, don't touch it. I bite into it.
Not pre-cut. No, not pre-cut. How pre-cut?
But you know, there are some, for you to be able to just take a square at a time, you've got some...
less than that. If I have a cut of chocolate, like you think
to break it in little
in
pieces.
In a half maybe.
In half. Okay, so you eat one square, which is the half of the whole thing. Okay, how big is that?
What half of square? Half of square is
half of a square.
Yeah, that's it.
Wow, half?
One bite.
I couldn't do that. I don't think I could even bite through a square.
None of you is going to be French ever. Forget about it. Go away.
I'm trying to find a picture of the chocolate I usually buy now. I used to buy Cadbury's, but I don't anymore because they were sold to an American company who really did mess them about. Here we go. Here's my square of chocolate. If I can find it. Oh no.
The Ritters one?
Ritters, yeah. And they're
Ritters
wonderful.
is good.
Yeah, Ritters is great because they come in a small square anyway. And then when you open it, they're small squares within a small square. So I have 4 Ritter squares.
I love it. Anyway, I don't have to be so disciplined about myself. It
comes
in
absolutely,
small squares.
Absolutely. But no, let me show you. Here you are. Let me show you. Let me do a screen share. Hang on. Let's see if this works. So this is, and Ritter's is also great. If you ever go to Berlin, go to their chocolate factory, you can create your own concoction of their, you can create your own chocolate there. So that's a typical Ritter's chocolate.
Don't play with your food. Come on.
So what I'll eat is that top corner, those 4 squares. Yeah,
that's a big square, Lynn. It's really big. I can eat that 3 times.
April, I am not going to nibble that 1 square in the corner there. I'm just not going to do it.
Just nothing.
You have to lick it. You have to lick it to make the pleasure longer.
It's not a bad idea though, what you said, Monique, that, or was it you, Zom? When you've bitten into it, somebody's less likely to eat it. Because what I do is I buy this chocolate, I put it in the fridge because I like my chocolate like my cheese.
And when you come back, there is nothing left.
Hubby's eaten it in the night playing Vikings. I open the fridge, it's all gone. And then I say to him,
yeah, you need energy to play Viking. Come on,
yeah,
it's hard stuff to fight.
He never buys any chocolate. It's not fair. I don't mind if he replaced it, but he never does.
But he's not complaining himself, so find a different strategy. I would do the same as him, actually. So
he's doing a Viking raid on the fridge, basically. Eleanor, you don't eat chocolate. No.
What level is he? 21, 23?
I think that's good. 25 next.
So good strategy. Seems to work very well.
Eleanor's just said something totally outrageous. I don't eat chocolate. What?
Well, no, it's not that. So what do you eat if your treat is not chocolate? You've got something you crave for that is not chocolate. What is it?
Sometimes nuts.
Nuts, okay. Soup, nuts, okay.
You can get nuts covered in chocolate. You can get nuts covered in chocolate.
I'm not going to eat definitely at Eleanor's place. We will go out sweet? If I go to.
Anything sweet, Eleanor?
No, very rarely if I'm invited, because frankly, I was quite fat as a child, and then I stopped eating such things, and it's my habit simply. But I do like chocolate very much, but I simply don't.
Wow, of respect.
You don't enjoy eating, Eleanor. Eating for you, it's something you have to go through. It's like a course. It sounds like a course.
Come
something
on.
you have to do.
Sounds
No, not that bad, but
Not
cooking,
that bad.
yes, and that's why I'm simply lazy.
Okay, so that brings us on to the next question, because I do tend to eat out of the freezer when I'm at home on my own. I eat out of the freezer. I know it's not good. I should cook everything from scratch and from fresh ingredients and everything. And on holiday, that's exactly what we did, which brought home to me how bad my habits have become. So hands up first here. Who usually cooks from scratch, from fresh?
I do.
You do, Monique?
Me.
Yeah, Monique?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh dear.
we do.
Eleanor? Do you say you don't like cooking, but do you make yourself cook?
Vegetables, they are fresh, so some fresh chicken, and
It
that's all.
depends.
So
If they are frozen, they are not fresh. You can buy vegetables.
yeah. So no, they are not fresh sometimes. Yeah, that's true.
But not pre-made. What about April? Do you cook?
No, not pre-made. But only for the soup to be dense and for flavor, not much of meat.
You're right. You are on the good thing. Eating soup. If you make your own soup, you buy all the veggies. You prepare the soup. You make 5 liters, 10 liters of soup. Put into the freezer, and when you need it get out. It's fresh. True. So good on you.
No, not in the freezer, exactly. In the fridge, yes, and not that much,
not 10 liters,
so
then, not 10 liters, yes. You can't keep it that long.
And it wouldn't be good, really. Sometimes I don't even eat the rest if I eat it if I've eaten it for too long a time. I don't know if it's healthy, but I'm still alive. If I disappear one day, you will know that it was my cooking.
The soup was not good.
What about April?
Not
do you
healthy.
cook from scratch? I've seen some of your cakes online. What about other things, your meals? Do you normally, or do you raid the freezer like me?
I buy my vegetable, for example. Sometimes really fresh, so I have to cut it
Really
myself.
fresh. So sometimes it's really fresh, and sometimes I'm sorry.
Yeah. Sorry.
This 1 week I'm going to buy it.
Interrupt me. You are like Aladdin. You interrupt me. I haven't finished. Okay. So, but I prefer now, for example, for my soup vegetable for soup, I buy it deep frozen, so I can take it. So it is already cut and different. You can buy tomato soup, for example. Only the vegetable. It doesn't cook. It isn't cooked yet. So I buy that, so I can take, for example, one a handful of those vegetables, so I can make my soup fresh. Maybe for 2 times, because otherwise it's too little to cook, because I don't eat soup so much. I don't eat so much, actually.
Well,
So
you are
that's
talking
why,
a lot about it, though.
yeah, I talk a lot about food, but mostly I don't eat it. So what do you say, a portion for soup, cooking soup for 2 persons, for example, I can eat it for 4 times or 3 times for myself. And in the past, I put it in the freezer again after it is cooked. So I put the soup in the freezer, and from time to time, I will take it out and I will unfreeze that. And but I found out that it is not that nice anymore, like before it is deep frozen. So I try not to do that. So what I have to do is now then also cook for twice or 3 times, but I put it just in the fridge. And I eat it maybe the next day, or the once in 2 days, maybe until it is until it's finished. But what do you think that it is not fresh anymore? I made it from scratch. I made it from scratch, and
well, it's not fresh, but I would say it's homemade.
What?
Homemade soup.
Homemade soup. Yeah, of course, it is homemade soup. Yeah.
Okay, so
of course.
But
so
from time to time, I will be a sinner again, and I will buy ready to eat meal.
Okay, how do you? Oh, ready meal, a ready meal.
Meal, yeah, ready meal, ready to eat meal, ready meal.
Not on those trays, I hope. You know, with the vegetables and the meat and the potato, all in little compartments.
Yeah, so like something like that.
No, I've never been that bad. I've never been that bad. That is a sin.
But sometimes I really don't have time, or I don't really not. Maybe I have time, but I don't. I just don't have. How do you say it? I don't have any effort to cook, and also one thing that I found out also about putting my homemade meals in the freezer, in the deep freezer. In the deep freezer, is every time I open the deep freezer, and I think, oh, there is that is that. I don't like it. Boom, closed again, and it will stay there for months.
Why did you buy it firsthand? Come on.
It is if it is already in the freezer, in the deep frozen, it doesn't look like meals anymore. It is just
after some time it loses interest.
yeah. It's just full of ice.
So Monique doesn't actually like soup. When you say only 2 types, you'd have to say 2 types, or only types. 2 kinds. What sort of soup do you like then?
There's a traditional food in my traditional soup in my especially my region, and it's called ajiaco, but it's delicious and I love it. So maybe
what's it made of?
It's made of potato and chicken, but it has a different types of potatoes.
Chicken and potato
soup. Yeah. So yeah.
Why do you make a soup? It's the chicken and the potatoes. Why do you have to make a soup of that?
Okay, you haven't tasted before, so it's one of the traditional dishes, so it's delicious.
Okay.
I'll share just
is it spicy?
Maybe.
Is it spicy? Spicy? Is it hot?
No,
spicy?
no.
Oh, okay.
In our country, we don't cook spicy. Not like
really?
Mexicans. No. It's so different. So let me just show you.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Show us. Well, have you got a picture of this?
Yeah, you can screen share. Remember, you can screen share.
Oh yeah.
Let me check if I can. Tintin, something like that.
So where you are, you don't eat spicy.
No, we don't have that type of
that habit of
that
eating.
habit of spicy, so it's completely different than Mexicans, for instance.
Let's have a look.
But
corn,
it's got
chicken.
sweet corn, chicken,
yeah, sweet
and
corn.
potato.
Curry.
Oh,
It's a curry.
Well,
The
it can't
yellow
be curry
comes
because she
from
says
what?
they don't spice it. So
No, it's not spicy.
Yeah, the color is because of the different types of potatoes.
The
So that's
potatoes
why
gives
it gets that color.
okay, interesting. Well, I'll be honest now. I'm going to be, because we'll have to finish. We're running out. We've run out of time. But I'll be honest now. This is my favourite soup, as Monica shared hers. This is mine. Okay. And it's,
What is it?
It's a
Yeah.
tomato del super mama.
Tomato da super mama.
Yeah.
And what are the
Tomato
little?
super della mamma. Okay.
There are stones in that, or
No.
tomato?
It's pieces of tomatoes. Yeah, they're tomatoes chopped. Not. It's got pieces of tomato in rather than just
Right.
everything.
Okay.
Everything blended. Okay.
Okay.
Now
and it's spicy.
It can be. It's not generally. It's got olives. It's got a little bit of spice in it, but it's also got onions and garlic, and yeah, it's delicious. It's truly delicious. Honestly, I do recommend it. But here's the true confession, because it looks nice, doesn't it? Do you think it looks nice? It actually comes from Bofrost.
For me, anything that looks like nice, not necessarily.
No, it comes from Bofrost, it comes in frozen packets.
Wow.
My favorite. It's bad,
thing
isn't it? It's bad. That's my confession. I eat, and my husband cannot believe this either. And I didn't used to do it in the UK, but since I came to Germany, and since I eat a lot of my own during the week, I eat frozen soup. I cook it first, but I do eat.
No, it's not the same. No. I can't imagine the taste of that. Every time, even okay. Something. Even when it comes to fruit or vegetables, and you go to some place, and you just feel like, oh my god, it doesn't taste that anything. It's like just a piece of beautiful maybe fruit or something like that, but that thing doesn't have the right taste.
I tend not to eat frozen fruit, I have to admit. But honestly, frozen tomato soup I have discovered, and I also in the winter I might even eat that frozen tomato soup in the summer, because it's quite light and it's not a heavy soup. But in the winter, I sometimes eat frozen broccoli soup. How lazy is that?
Well, you are lazy. Well, lazy, boring, everything. So you don't like eating either.
You've just written last thing, Zom. Salmorejo.
Salmorejo.
Thing with tomatoes. What is it? I have not heard of salmorejo.
It's like a puree. You eat it in Spain a lot, especially when it's hot. So if you don't know it, I would recommend you to have a look at it. It's just dry bread that is crunched to bit, and a puree of tomato that you mix together, and you add a few other things. But it's very refreshing. It's very fulfilling at the same time, and it's very low calorie as well.
Cool.
And it's a specialty, especially in Andalusia, where it's very, very hot. And it's excellent.
Do you think I could do that with my frozen soup?
No.
I'm going to try it.
Oh, I don't even know why you dare asking that.
Just to hear you say no.
Oh gosh. Oh, well, guys, you have to know that Lynn cooks very well, so I don't know why she's eating food like that.
But no, honestly, it's that 5 days a week, 4 weeks a month. Cooking for yourself is
but it doesn't have to be complicated and so well prepared and so on.
No, but it's so much better if I don't have to think about it. I don't have to buy the ingredients. I just have my freezer, open the lid. What do I fancy today? Pull it out, whack it in the microwave. job done.
I don't know. It's part going in your neighborhood, buying the fruits and the veggies,
Yeah, well, I don't have
having a
time.
yarn with the guy who is selling cheese and coming back, and that's it. It's
yeah, but I don't have the time to go out shopping every
well, you
day.
don't live in a city either,
No,
so I don't know.
you know, it's 15 minutes to the supermarket walking. I'm not going to drive. So, and then
no way to drive.
No.
And you don't like shopping.
I don't like
little
shopping
bag on wheels, so
no, I haven't got a shopping bag on wheels. Okay, I've just refused somebody entry into this session, so I'd better finish it now. I'll send them a message to say sorry, but you know, 8 minutes after the session began, you can't join it. After the session ended, you cannot start joining it.
Have you got a limitation on the, Have you got a limitation on the number of people on the Hangout? I don't remember.
No, not yet. No.
Okay,
I don't think you can do that in Hangouts actually. I think there's an automatic limit.
Okay, but the sound is awesome here.
It's the sound's very good, isn't it? It's a bit annoying because it shows you they can do it. They can do it, but they obviously don't want to do it unless you're paying for the privilege, unfortunately. But there you go. That's Google for you. And I'm sorry it only worked on Chrome. I wasn't aware of that, so I will put in the instructions that you need to use Chrome. Okay. But yeah, the sound's been very good. Shiny, thank you. Thanks for coming and sharing. And it was interesting to realise that I really need to think about what I eat during the week.
And maybe some new ideas.
Don't pop out of the blue. If you pop out of the blue at Eleanor's place, you are in for a soup. At Lynn's place, a frozen thing. With April, you are going to lick half a square of chocolate. Well, honestly, guys.
We're not. This was, by the way, in answer to Som's question earlier. Yeah, this streamed, by the way.
Oh gosh. Okay.
So you're out there, all your.
I know. I'm French. No problem.
You've got to stop using "I'm French" as an excuse.
Oh, is that the best I have got? So.
Well, actually, but I was about to say I am off to make my lunch. I've just got to go down into the freezer and see what I've got.
Yeah, 20 to 3. Okay, good luck.
Bye. Thanks for coming. Ta-da.
Okay. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Nice to see you again, guys. It's great to have you all around again.
Bye.
Yeah.